Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Today we're back with another figure unboxing and review, this time of Umaga. Yes, Umaga, Ultimate Edition Umaga by Mattel to be specific. And I mentioned this in my original box unboxing from Ringside Collectibles where I revealed what I picked up. But this is actually my first Umaga action figure. Over the years, when I was younger, back in my Fig Fed collecting and figure collecting days as a kid, Umaga by Jax would have come out sometime around 2006. Around 2006, I would have been 15, 16 years old. So I wasn't collecting as much. I wasn't keeping up with my Fig Fed anymore. I was moving on to other things, maybe like football. Definitely not girls. I was a late bloomer when it came to that stuff. But I was kind of moving away from action figures. Obviously, I came back to it in my later years. But never just picked up, the timing never worked out as far as me picking up an Umaga action figure. So this is the first one in my collection. I'm very excited. I think I did good. I'm sorry for the lighting. It looks like we have some scaffolding from the construction guys coming down over here on the side. But let's get this guy opened up. I think the lighting will come back shortly as the scaffolding goes down. But as usual with these Ultimate Editions, you get a ton of accessories. Let's get everything pulled out. You get the Intercontinental Championship belt, of course, which is the main championship that Umaga did end up winning in WWE. He never got to the heights, unfortunately, of the WWE Championship. But IC, that was him all day. You get his kind of tribal skirt that you come out with during an entrance. And of course, you get some extra hands. I think the ones to display him with are that Samoan Spike. Does he have one already? No. So let me get that Samoan Spike out of there. And I think I like this kind of open hand. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with these two. Kind of the curled open hand and the Samoan Spike. Let's get that replaced now, just to give you a full review. There we go, there's one. And then we'll get this one here. Yeah, kind of like how that looks. Yeah, that's the way to do it. The head is a little bit loose. Let's see, is that the head I'm ultimately going to display him with? That's what it comes with. I do like that. You get this one a little more, I guess, serious, no tongue. And you get this one. Normally, I would display him like very animated because I like my display shelf to have like very animated looking characters. So normally I would display him with the tongue out, but I feel like I like this one a little more. It looks maybe a little more realistic. I think it's the eyes. The eyes on the open mouth one. No, I mean the eyes look good, but I think I like this one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm conflicted. Normally, I can decide very quickly which head scan I'm going to display him with, but I'll leave it on with this one for now just because it does kind of go with the Samoan Spike, right? So I'll leave it on like that for now. You guys let me know what you think. But as far as the Umaga figure, I love the bigger body mold. He is heavy. He does have more heft to him. Of course, the tattoos are all well represented. Over the course of time in WWE, he kept adding more and more tattoos. Samoa on the belly. Whatever that is, some kind of flower maybe. Of course, the arms. You got his beaded necklace. Of course, you do have the black face paint. I like how the hair kind of hangs on this one. It really works well. Other figures, not so much. Mattel doesn't really get it quite right, but I think because it's more thin, it's not like a full head of hair with hair in the front where it looks like a wig. This are more braids, so they do look more realistic in figure form. So I think that looks phenomenal. I love the way it hangs off to the sides. You do get the just black tights that cut off at the calves with blue Umaga on one side and blue Umaga face on the other. Very cool. And of course, you get the black ankle tape. And you do get, of course, he is Ultimate, so you do get the toe articulation, butterfly joints, torso cut. Very awesome. Very, very awesome. Let's see. Let's actually see what he looks like with the skirt. Should I call it a skirt? Is it a skirt? I'm not sure. What do they call it in Samoa? a tribal skirt, a ceremonial skirt, a kilt. I don't know. But I feel like maybe it takes away a little bit from the look. Let's see. Well, I mean, looks all right, but I don't think I would display it with that necessarily. I think that's the way I would display it. And of course, like I said, you do get the IC championship. The championship he did win, and I feel like he feuded with Jeff Hardy maybe during that time, something like that. But very, very nice Umaga. Very fond memories of watching Umaga, because of course, even though I wasn't collecting figures in 2006, 2007, I was still watching, diehard fan. I watched every Monday, every Friday or Thursday, whatever it was for SmackDown, all the pay-per-views. So yeah, I was a big, big Umaga fan, and I'm happy to finally have him in my collection. As an overall score, I would give him... I mentioned before that it's heavy, but now the more that I kind of feel it, it's not that heavy. So I do take that back. I want to revise my original statement. It's not as heavy as you would think. I do have bigger figures like Vader that do feel heavier. This feels a little more hollow. It feels a little more hollow in your hand. So just tactile-wise, feeling him, he doesn't feel super premium. So I'm not going to go in the 9 category with this. I'm going to go an 8.7 out of 10 for Ultimate Edition Umaga. 8.7 out of 10, still a very, very good figure, a great representation of the character. And if you don't have him, I recommend getting this one. As always, I appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for more.